Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Terry here from @PhillyReader, and I'm kind of just popping in real quick as like editing Terry because I completely forgot the film July intro. So this will be that and an outro. So you'll see me again. You'll also see me in a review for August this and emotional support stuffy because I'm sick. My whole house is sick, and I just needed to get this done. So without further ado, here's the upcoming six clips of the 6 books I read in July, and I hope you enjoy. So the very first book I finished in July is The Redo List by Denise Williams. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I know 4 stars is like my default rating, but just means I like the book. Needs a little bit more to go higher. Needs to do something that I don't like to go lower. It's like solid for me. Go-to rating. It was cute. I really hated Spencer, which was the ex, like in the way that they made Willow feel. And then I'm glad that the story was more about her finding herself, even though like it was a romance and like everything with Declan. I want to say Declan so bad. I was reading it as Declan. I don't think there's an L in there. But anyway, their romance was cute. A lot of like army talk that I wasn't understanding, but that didn't take away from the story or anything like that. But as I was saying about Willow, I like the story was more about like her and her learning to be independent and do things for herself because like she was reflecting on her relationship that she was in since she was in high school. That ended after like 10 years and like she became a meme and stuff. She like fell into a fountain. But she was talking about that relationship and how like he just wasn't good. Like apparently he was there for her when they were like teenagers, but then like he didn't want her like to paint the kitchen red, and he didn't want to go down on her because it was gross, but he still expected her to do things, and like she like didn't go to vet school and become a veterinarian because he thought it wasn't worth it and stuff like that. So it was about her just like really embracing just being her, which I really appreciate. And then I appreciate that like it didn't lose that meaning that I reiterated like at the end. Like, no, she needs to do things for her, always for her, even if like she loves him. He needs to deal with it, or just get the fuck out. I like there also wasn't like really a big third act breakup. There was like overall like he was struggling because in this story he is Declan Deacon. It's Deacon. It's definitely Deacon. It's spelled Declan. Deacon. But anyway, he is actually her older brother's best friend. He's 10 years older. She's 24. So he's what, 34? Because they were like in the military together, and he's overseas, and she just had to break up and had to find somewhere to live. So she went back to his house. Like she's originally in Colorado, and then she went to Iowa. He's in Iowa, and he asked him to like, hey, look out for my sister while she's here. She's not gonna know anyone. And then like the whole time, he immediately was like, yo, she's hot, and he was like fighting everything because like he's really close with her older brother, like they're like family, and it was like I can't do that to him. From her perspective, though, it didn't seem like she was really into him in the beginning. It was kind of just like immediately he was like, "Yo, she's hot," and then from like her perspective, he was just like, he was just like, "Oh, I guess he's kind of good looking," but it took a little bit for her to like, excuse me, embrace him and like start feeling like she could get over her ex and stuff like that. But yeah, cute story. Spice level, I'd probably go like a 1. It was pretty detailed. There was some fade to black though, or like where the scene kind of just ended, but it like felt like they did more, but maybe they didn't do more. Now that I think about it, um, but it was pretty diverse in scenes, and I think that's all I'll say about that because I don't really want to talk about what they did, but nothing too crazy, just pretty standard stuff, I guess. Maybe like the most like unconventional part about it was like dirty talk. Yeah, maybe. I think that's all I have to say about this one. And now I need to survive the heat, log this book for the readathon, and go to bed. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. So it's been a minute because I completely forgot to pop in when I finished The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. I actually finished it like 2-3 days ago. So I might not really remember much, and this is probably gonna be short. Between that and the fact that my son is crazy running around, and I just don't feel like editing him out, so I'm gonna try to be quick. So the Titans Curse by Rick Riordan. I think I gave like five. I gave 5 stars. I don't know what I gave it the first time. This was a reread. I'm still listening to the audiobooks, which have been a really good time. Jesse Bernstein, something like that. Jesse something has been a really good narrator, like giving everyone voices. That's when we finally got to see Bianca and Nico, and we got to like have an actual book with Thalia. All characters that I enjoy. This one starts out with them going to find Bianca and Nico because obviously they need more demigods for the upcoming war. And when they're there, they meet Artemis and her hunters, and Artemis is kind of just like, I need to go fight this monster because Kronos is trying to raise a bunch of army, like big monsters and stuff. So she goes to do that, and the hunters go to camp because she tells them, like, go wait for me there. And then while they're there, the head huntress, Zoe, is just like, yeah, no, she's missing. So they go on a quest to find her and to find Annabeth, who also goes missing. Within like the first chapter, they both, like, this stuff kind of happens in the first 2 chapters. So it's just following Thalia, Bianca, some of the hunters and stuff on their like quest to save the world stuff, typical Percy fashion. It also ended on like one of those lovely little cliffhangers, and just Percy being Percy is just like, no, this prophecy is going to be about me. We're going to make it about me, and like his fatal flaw is like doing too much for the ones he loves. I think is how Athena worded it. But I feel like that's all I can really say because I want to make this short. And no, baby, no, thank you. Make this short, and I feel like it's so easy to spoil. But anyway, we're still trying to fight Kronos, bad guys, yada yada yada. Percy is amazing. I love him. 5 stars. And I think that's going to be it for me. I'll see you in the next clip. Hey y'all. So I just finished Two Can Play by Allie Hazelwood. I think I want to give this one 4 stars. It was a cute little romance. I only picked it up because I'm waiting for Libby to give me another audiobook, the 4th Percy Jackson, and I wanted to find something else to listen to because I've been playing like a lot of games on the laptop that we just recently got. So it's like the perfect time to listen to something. So I saw this one on Spotify, and it was like 4 hours. And I was like, oh, that's really short. Like, I'll do that one. In the meantime, it was cute. I want to consider it like my first ever audiobook, even though like you heard me talk about other audiobooks, but I've never done a new story strictly as an audio. I usually either do like rereads as audio or like immersion read. So this is the first time doing just a straight like new story. And I think I'm gonna try it again. Romances might be like the easiest thing for me. So I feel like it took me a little bit to get into, and then I kind of like entered a flow state. Something about playing cozy games and listening to audiobooks helps like focus. I'm kind of just like, and you literally like enter a flow state. Like I'm just playing the game on autopilot while also like imagining the story. I don't know how that works. Like it doesn't make any sense. So it was cute. It was a little bit spicy. I kind of like I don't know, something about listening to Spice was odd. I probably would have enjoyed it more if I read it. They were cute. The narrator was okay. She was something like about her voice that like at the beginning I was just like, I don't know if I can listen to her, but then it was fine. Um, let me see. I'm trying to think about what it was about. So it's just like about two video game programmers who work for like opposing indie companies, and they're both up to do this game, but they want them to work together because they're so small. It's a big project, like this mess. Like other big company wants them to work together to make this game. They're going on like a retreat with the companies and their coworkers to see if they can work it out and be able to work together. And then while they're there, she like confronts the other head programmer for the other company. So there's like a thing going on, lots of yearning. It was cute. The ending was cute. I do wish there was more, but also like it's kind of, I guess, like it's like a novella. It was like I think 187 pages is what it comes up as. Now that I think it's finally physical. I want to say it was just like an audio exclusive for a while, but now like they put it in print. I don't know if I have much more to say about that. So that's it for that one. It's a cute little romance. And I guess I'll see you in the next clip, which should be Lonesome Dove. God, it's taking me forever. But we'll get there. We're getting there. And I got a lot to say about that one. So we'll see you then. Bye. So I just finished Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. I'm giving it 4.25 stars. Some of those books add a lot of hype. I can see some of the hype, but for me it kind of like dragged a little bit, and then for the very end it really dragged because I was stuck with the character that I didn't like at all, and that was how it wrapped up. I wasn't a big fan of that. Also, excuse the mess. I came up here to film this, got distracted, did a bunch of other things, including refreshing my hair so it's still wet and a mess. I think it's something I would recommend everyone should read if you can tolerate a Western, because it is at its core literally just a story about cowboys and cattle and people. There's not really much plot. I realize I'm moving, sorry. I laughed, I cried. This character I absolutely hated. I was able to bring out a lot of emotions for the story that it was. Don't know if I'll... No, I don't know. I'm not going to continue the series. I never see anyone actually talk about the series. So I ended up looking up. There's 4 books, and this is the first one ever published in the series, but the third in the timeline. Like, it pulled some like Star Wars shit. Excuse me. Which it went like in publication order. They published 3, 4, 1, 2. I don't know. There's some characters that I wish I got like a better ending or more of, but I don't know what else to say. That won't like spoil it. But if you're going to read it for one character and one character alone, I would definitely read it for Augustus. He is probably my favorite character from the book. No, definitely my favorite character from the book. I know I went through and like was highlighting like random dumb shit he said. And that man just talked and had no filter. And I don't know if he'd just be saying shit for the sake of saying shit. I didn't really like Cole. I almost called him Cal the whole time I was reading. I kept calling him Cal, even though I knew his name was Cole. I liked Newt, and Rena was cool. Hated Jake. Absolutely fucking hated Jake. Like, couldn't stand him. Claire was cool. There was a bunch of people that were cool. Like, overall, I really like Dietz. I really like Dietz too. But no one tops Augustus, and if you're gonna read it for like one person, it's for him. I don't think I really have much more to say than that without like getting spoilerish. That's that. And yeah, like that book is finally done. It took me 15 days, which I feel like is pretty quick for an 864, something like that, pages. I can finally move on to book club's pick. And we'll see you in the next book for that. Gotta start by saying, ignore the mess behind me. We're going on vacation in 2 days. So I started packing and wash. Mess. Ignore it. I'm just popping in to talk about how I just finished Bad Witches, which was the group chat readers pick for this month. I'm gonna give it 3.75. The beginning felt too much like Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and it was like throwing me off. And I wasn't the biggest fan because I was such a big fan of the other book, but this one was just like, I don't know. Guess we're getting a package. Anyway, so that threw me off. Overall, I guess I enjoyed it. I liked most of it. I didn't like the characters too much in the beginning. They did have some growth where it felt a little better, but Maya was kind of a bitch and selfish. She was like really mean to Gabby and was like making fun of her, and then like Gabby's growth seemed weird too. It's like she seemed more sure of herself, which is like a good thing, but also she felt like she was trying too hard. Like it, I don't know, something about her arc felt funny. The magic was easy to understand, the world was easy to understand, but then the ending, is it supposed to be a series? I saw this book was written in 2024, so like what, 2 years ago now, and I haven't seen any. I did like a quick search of like another book by this author. No, it's her debut, and like a decent debut for what it was, but no word on if we'll have more, because it ended, excuse me, with like no real resolution. I feel like I would continue on just because I'm curious how they fix what they fucked up. It feels like it should be like a duology, but I don't know. I guess that's really all I have to say about it. I guess I'd read more to see, and hopefully I can try to finish like 1 or 2 more books before the end of the month. Like I said, we're on vacation for a night, so that might count as my reading. Okay. So I just finished The Answer Is No by Frederick Bachman, and I'm giving it 5 stars. No, still only 1 energy and stuff because we're leaving tomorrow, but I wanted to read something really quick, and I figured a short story is the perfect way to go. At this point, I feel like I have to consider him an all-time favorite author. Every single book of his is compelling and makes you kind of want to cry sometimes, and just has really relatable characters. And I feel like I can't really say much because it is only 68 pages, but if you haven't read Frederick Bachman before, I feel like this is a really good place to start because it's short and it's quick, and you'll get an idea for the sense of writing style and his characters. And I think that's all I'm going to say because I'm about to try to get my kid a bath. I can literally have the water running. So, quick and easy. Either you'll see me in one more book, which I doubt, but I'm hoping, or a final thoughts month. And with that, that is the 6 books I read in July. Thanks again for being here, for putting up with my shit. And hopefully you like this little new review format. I think it does better for more in-depth reviews, or like more thoughts by me, because I've said it, I don't have a good memory. Especially when you read so many books. I know some people's memories are better, but mine's just like I can't recall as much detail if I don't do it right away. So yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.